I don't know. Another reason you're beating the competition. You're blocking Amazon, Google, and Apple from grabbing it, right? And again, maybe it's a shot on the other side. Maybe this is a way for ESPN to keep that to a certain extent on live TV as well as keep it in control, right? Chris, are you in the? You are. My bad. Hey, Chris.
Yep.
Sorry about that, man. I'm
That's
just a
all
talking.
good.
How you doing, man? You all right?
Oh yeah, I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. Let's talk about this, bro. So, give me your thoughts. You and I talked earlier today, but this story broke this morning. Actually, Miss Carrie, baby, from One Time for the Fan and from our show earlier, was the one who broke the news to me. She says, T Will, the ESPN bought the NFL Network's program. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I just knew that. You got to be kidding me. There's no way that happened. Bro, it happened. It absolutely happened. Give me your thoughts this morning. And Carlos says, so no more Amazon Thursday games. I don't know. I think if you've
No, I
already
think
got a
that's
contract, that's
yeah,
pretty much that's going to stay. But
yeah,
Chris,
because those games.
go ahead. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, I was just about to say about the Amazon thing. You know that those games are on Amazon Prime. You know that's solely an Amazon like NBC thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Justin Swisher says Red Zone with Kendrick Perkins hosting.
And
I
hey,
love it, Justin.
oh
I
boy,
love
come
it.
on.
I
Now
love it. Hey man,
I hope they don't do that.
I hope they don't do that either. But give me your thoughts this morning when you heard that, when you first heard the news. Like, what were your initial thoughts?
Well, I knew that there definitely was a power play by ESPN because, like, sheesh, like, come on now, you coming in, you pretty much monopolizing things. You also you have to think about it too. Uh, they're taking over the rights and everything and the contracts from NFL Network as far as like with the red zone and everything, and it's right there next to where the Rams play right there at SoFi, and they also have their own programming like NBA Countdown and stuff that's in LA. So there's really like they're moving everything closer to one another, and so they're actually taking over. Like honestly, I was looking for a few things as far as what's going to take place with the contracts with they have WWE now as
Mm-hmm.
well. Adding into that, and I had seen that the WWE deal that like the programming is going to be going up because you have SmackDown over here, you have Raw on Netflix, you have the PLEs going to be on ESPN. My thing is that ESPN Plus? That's what I'm thinking. It's going to be ESPN Plus somewhere in that area, so they can still generates the revenue.
Yeah,
Now,
and charge a premium
right, and the
for it.
WWE has at least by 10 PLEs, it's in a year. You got WrestleMania, saying SummerSlam. Those are like the end all be alls, so like the biggest ones. And then of course you got the Royal Rumble too. Now ESPN doesn't it doesn't own the rights for NXT, but you still have those PLEs. And again, like I said, you have Netflix owning Raw, and you got USA Network for SmackDown. But it's gonna be interesting to see what these packages are gonna be. Because I saw something. I'm trying to pull it up right now. I have it right here somewhere. Okay, yeah, here we go. So just for the wrestling fans, they're saying so the WWE PLE is $29.99. Then you got Netflix for Raw, $17.99. SmackDown / NXT Sling Blue, $45.99 for Sling. So that's $93.97 a month for a wrestling fan in 2026.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, if you got it, if you got it like that, but bro, um,
Yeah, that's pretty
I
wild.
tell you what I thought about. So Disney owns Marvel, right? And Marvel has been having a tough go of it for the past couple of years, and the past month has not helped them. So, Fantastic Four came out, and it was received well. It did well.
Did well.
Thunderbolts was it's Thunderbolts came out earlier this year, and it did pretty good. But
Mm-hmm.
the show Ironheart came out, and it has received awful reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Just awful, just awful.
Have you
And
watched it?
I did,
What you think
I
about
did.
it?
Uh, I didn't like the way it ended.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't. I you know what I mean? It was entertaining for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I couldn't get behind the I just couldn't get behind it. So
Sometimes.
I don't want to ruin it for folks who haven't seen it. I did like Riri's performance, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the direction that they took it. I did not like it. And I really didn't like the way it ended, so I'll leave it there. Again, I'm not going to besmirch it. I'm not even going to review it, or we may review it. I take that back. We may review it, but we probably won't review it for like a year and a half. Like, we got a lot of Marvel content to cover. But anyway,
Right.
long and short of it is, Disney and Marvel execs were on a call with Robert Downey Jr. because he is Iron Man, or was Iron Man, and is now Doctor Doom, and as such is the anointed Messiah of Marvel, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that's going to usher them into the next era, and so they kind of wanted him to kind of get out in front of it and kind of advertise it and push it along. And he did it initially, but when the feedback started coming back to be negative, he basically told him, "Look, I'm not going to do this." You know what I mean? It's you guys' job to fix it. And the rumor is that he may be walking away from Doomsday. Now, some of you are asking, well, T. Will, what does this have to do with football? We're not talking about Marvel right now, where Disney owns ESPN
Yes, we
as
do.
well as Marvel, right?
Right.
And so you look at if they've invested a lot of money in Doomsday. If you want to know the truth, and Chris, you and I were talking about this, and I'm gonna phrase it differently.
Okay.
But Jonathan Majors, the actor who played Kang, I feel like there was a little more to that whole situation. Like, that situation felt scripted to me, right?
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I'm not
Mhm.
saying that's the case. I'm not saying that's the case, right? But it
Right.
just looks awful funny that even though Ant-Man 3, whatever, Quantumania was not great, Jonathan Majors was great as Kang. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Superb. He was outstanding in the Loki series. He was even better in the Ant-Man movie. And all of a sudden, right, after the movie comes out, we get this scandal, and Disney now, Marvel pulls away from him. And enter, you know, RDJ. Enter Doctor Doom. And now it shifts, right? And we got my boy Jordan. Jordan says, "I am Kang." Yeah, but what Kang are you, Jordan? Like, are you Kang the Conqueror? You know, are you Iron Lad? Like, which one are you? That's what I want to know, because there are a lot of Kangs. So we got to know, which one are you, Jordan? But anyway, so I say all of that to say, you know, this issue comes up with Jonathan Majors. It's proven false. Jordan says, "I go by many names." It's
Many.
proven false, right? And now all of a sudden enter RDJ, and now everything is doomsday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they were pretty desperate. I think they were pretty now, again, in no way am I saying that I'm not saying that this is for sure. I'm just saying it looks funny, right?
Right.
So you got all of that going on. And now in the backdrop, you have ESPN that makes a power move and buys this. I bring it up to say maybe this is a way for them to generate revenue, right?
Right.
Over here, because maybe they've kind of been suffering over there.
Over
You
there.
get what I'm saying? Does
Exactly.
that make sense?
Yeah, you can that's why, and then the thing about it, they're already in bed with one another for Monday Night Football.
Correct. Correct.
So it's not like they already been talking and dealings with one another anyway.
Right.
So to make a move like this, honestly, like I said, it's just more overpowering. You have these two entities that's going together, and the NFL, they will definitely get their percentage as well. They get like 10%, and they get to still keep all their programming as far as NFL.com and things like that. They get to keep all that.
They're making money hand over fist, man. Jordan says, so actually, Doom was planned right before Quantum Mania, but I'll save that for Saturday's show. Whatever, Jordan. Are you trying to tell me I'm no Columbo? Whatever, Jordan. Columbo, for those of you young folks, is the detective
Columbo.
from the 70s, who had this funny way about him. You know what I mean? He had a glass eye. It's played by Peter Falk and kind of talked like this with a cigar. And, he would ask all of these off the beaten path questions to the murderer or the guy who did it, and the guy would never see him coming. And by the end of the show, he would, he always got his man. You know how these shows go. But anyway, I love Columbo. Robert Blackman is in the house. He says, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, Robert. Jordan says, well, they just revealed that within the last week, so it's news to me too. Yeah, crazy, right? So yeah, man, I see why ESPN would do it. Live TV is king, whatever.
Right.
Let's talk about why the NFL might sell. Okay. So NFL isn't built to run a modern network. I get that. Focus on licensing over owning. They've already partnered with ESPN, Amazon, and CBS.
Mm-hmm.
Getting money now and streamlining, I guess, the processes and what they're doing. Let me ask you this. Now that ESPN, because ESPN laid off a lot of people, do you think they lay off a lot of people at NFL Network and just kind of use what they have and merge the two? Like, give me your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, ESPN could be trying to, set everything as far as like the streamline being like its own network, to where you can like a one-stop shop. You got this, you got that, so you can come have all this. All you have to do is just subscribe to ESPN.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. Yeah, of course. So you think about that, man. This whole expansion, like, and even you got it here, like the global expansion potential is definitely there, because you're going to stretch out and you're going to try to pull in all these different entities. I like how you got on there saying about ESPN and Disney do all the heavy lifting, because they are going to do it, because NFL is already its own entity, is already its own king. Right. I don't think it necessarily like needs the help. This is just all about expanding the game and expanding the reach of the game, which they're going to do. They're going to have NFL Network, and they're also, with the merger of the ESPN, now they're talking about doing something with Red Zone that's never been done before, as in having college football Red Zone. So yeah. So on Saturdays you'll get Red Zone for college football. On Sunday you would get Red Zone for NFL games. So they're trying to factor that in and work that in as well too.
I mean, dude, that's I didn't think about that, but you're right, and again, I wonder if they're going to keep the revenue from the NFL package, right? Because I'm telling you, I get that every year. And to your point, Chris, that ain't cheap.
Right.
That ain't, and it may even, I wonder if it's going to go up. Like, it was what, 350, 400 last year?
Sheesh.
And yeah. So
well, I know ESPN, they have like some kind of package or something for like $30 that's supposed to be launching in the fall.
Yeah, they do. But I don't think that package is going to be a part of it. I mean, because think about it. If people are already paying $400 for it, why would you lower it? I mean, that's just business. I don't think that'll be a part of that package. I wonder if ESPN would even get the revenue from that. That's what because they didn't say that, right? They've got they've got the content. And from what I'm getting from this, they're gonna go about the headache of the day-to-day running of the network. But as far as the revenue generated from the NFL package, I don't know. You know what? I'd love to know the answer to that. Maybe we'll find out later
And,
this week. I
and the
would
thing
love to know that.
and the
Go
thing
ahead. I'm
about
sorry.
ESPN and Disney, like Jordan says, they own all the Disney owns all these entities: ESPN, Fox, NFL Network, ABC.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is for ESPN/Disney, they get to partner with one of the most powerful entities in the world, and that's the NFL. And they're cutting cords. That's going to continue, but they're
Yeah.
still going to be hitting the industry pretty darn hard. So
Yeah.
they're still going to have, like I said, Monday night footballs, for not Monday night football nights. Now you're going to have extra programming. I just wonder how ESPN is going to do it. Like, I don't want to necessarily see, and it's no disrespect, but it's like I don't necessarily have to have like Malika Andrews on Red Zone. You know what I'm saying? For example, it's like, can we keep NFL people in their position and keep, what I'm saying, like the NBA people in their positions, stuff like that. I don't want to necessarily see like a cross or having like the people doing extra jobs, or maybe we'll see some new talent. Maybe they'll do some
I,
hiring, and so you'll see some new talent, because you can bring some new talent in, even though they may not be as experienced. So you can like probably like, as far as like the payment goes, it can be different, because okay, if they only have like 1 or 2 years of experience, you're not going to pay them what you would be paying a previous analyst that was like let go. They have like 15, 20 years of experience just in the game period. So it's just like, I mean, I don't know exactly which way they're going to go with it. This is interesting, and it's honestly going to be a talking point just in the backgrounds of the sports world, honestly, for weeks to come. Because it's like, okay, what are they going to do? What packages are they going to have? Who's going to be on what show? Who, it's about to be a whole complete shakeup.
So Robert Blackman is basically saying what I was saying earlier, is that ESPN was trying to basically start their own streaming service,
Right, and
and
that's what I was
get
saying.
away from cable, and they may be doing that. But then Jordan hit me with, just a reminder, Disney owns ESPN, Fox, NFL, and ABC. How is this legal? Again, Chris,
I mean,
how is this legal?
because they have the revenue to buy. That's what,
Well, no,
and the relationships.
bro, how is this not a monopoly? How is this that's like McDonald's and Burger King and Sonic and Captain D's all
Whataburger.
merging into one restaurant. That's going to impact the consumer, right?
I mean,
That's
yeah.
bro.
Well, definitely, if McDonald's is involved, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
just leave
good
it
one.
alone.
Good save. Good save.
Yeah.
I don't understand, bro. This spells monopoly. Like, again, I'm gonna say this again, and thank you, Jordan. Disney owns ESPN, Fox, NFL Network, and ABC. The only thing they don't own is CBS and NBC.
But I mean,
Right?
CBS, Amazon, NBC, all those entities still have a stake in the NFL.
They do. They do. That 100%. But even though you got a stake, we know who daddy is, don't we?
Right,
Yeah, we
exactly.
do.
And
Pause.
then my thing is, the thing about it is, you have all these sub companies or programming as well. Like, you have the Tubies. Remember, Tubi was on had Super Bowl on Tubi, but that's because Fox owns Tubi.
Correct.
So, so you have all these different streaming services that can be used as platforms, and that's honestly what's going to make it tough for anybody, still trying to cling on to cable. It's going to be tough, because they got they got all these different entities pulling. They pulling, and you're going to have, then don't forget, you're going to start having bidding wars for programming.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't.
Which way is it going to go? Like, is this going to be on CBS? This game may be here. This championship is here. It's like, this is the new wave of where it's going. It almost kind of goes back to that conversation about the whole thing about AI to a degree, but this is just like in sporting right now, and just everybody's like clinging together, trying to get that streaming money, because that's where it really is. And now you have TKO, who is yet, another entity that owns WWE that is now in bed as well too. But TKO already is in bed anyway because of ESPN, you know what I'm saying? Because of Amazon. So you have everybody, relationships matter. Like how we always talk about relationships, how,
Yeah.
like, I'm saying, you have a relationship with Jack and everybody on one time and with fam. I know all you guys, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, me and Smitty and everybody, and we all, come together, together,
Hmm.
like how we did at the training camp.
Yeah.
And it was just,
Yeah.
like a mob. That's exactly what it is right now. It's just everyone has their hand in it, and everyone knows one another. And it's like, okay, so let's do this. You know what I'm saying? You'll get this percentage. Whoop, 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 whoop. We're going to take this over, shut this down. And that's how it's going to work out.
Let me ask you.
Everybody eats.
Let me ask you this, and we got to do some housekeeping. Jordan says bring back hour-long 10 episodes from NFL Network. Agreed, Jordan. Robert Blackman says 10 years ago it would be illegal. Agreed, 100%. Jordan says because CBS, Amazon, and Netflix still have stake in NFL broadcasting. Oh yeah, and NBC forgot about that. Chris, a lot. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you actually work in this industry, so you are a. I'm gonna take a minute to just brag about you for a minute. I know you don't mind, but I'm gonna brag about you. You are a very multi-talented young man. So not only do you do video content, you piece together video content, but you work in the NFL. You do camera work for them. You actually work in the NFL as well. You also are a podcaster for Hawks Digest. And of course, you were with the number one show in podcasting with you, Smitty, and Berto. So you definitely have a vested interest. Talk to me about how you see this impacting you. Give me your thoughts on that.
Well, this already has impacted, me to a degree. Just with just me being a freelancer anyway, that's already, put you behind the eight ball. Why not? You darn right. But but me already being, like a freelancer in this game is already, puts me somewhat behind the eight ball. Not completely, but I'm close to it just because, I'm not an actual, like I can go wherever I want, whenever I'm not under contract, so to speak. So, with that's already one thing. But just last season, I'm looking at it compared to this season, the Falcons have a lot of prime time games.
Mm-hmm.
With that's reason. That's what's for good reason. We have a quarterback offense. We were 6-3 last year. What can they do with Michael Penix this year? It's like I get it, more prime time games, and I'm happy for them. But if we're talking, and that's as a fan, but we're talking about personally, how would it affect me? The Falcons going to more primetime games means that I have to try to see if I can get in the door with ESPN or get in the door with Netflix or so wherever I'm saying.
Right.
So now for me as a freelancer, I have to throw a portfolio out to really like all these entities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, including ones that I'm already involved in. Because now this is a whole new turnover, whole new changeover. We don't know exactly what's going to be coming down the pipeline. So now, for me, I will have to, like I said, give in a portfolio to all these entities. And as far as like games go, last year I had like six. I was at like six homes games. So, but this year, so far, so I only have 3, and part of that is due to the programming now.
Yeah.
Is due to ESPN. We're going to be on a couple games ESPN. I think we have an Amazon game as well. So just like we did last year, but luckily, I got in the door with Amazon, so I was able to be there for that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you have all these primetime games. Not a lot of games are going to be on Fox. So for that, with that being said, I only have a few games. So my games were actually cut in half already before the merger.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to see what's going to happen, since everybody's merging and everything, like which way are we going to go? Like, is everybody going to have to like reapply for things, all those different things. So I'm not going to lie, that is in the back of my mind as a freelancer.
Let's talk about some other unintended consequences, right? the Super Bowl. With all these moves being made, do you think there is a time where we will see the Super Bowl on a Netflix, on a Prime,
Yeah, yeah,
on a Peacock, or
absolutely,
on all three? You know,
absolutely, absolutely, bro. Because again, as you see, there everyone is trying to move to the streamlines anyway. We're
yeah,
already working on that, and that is true. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing that's going around about relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's all about relationships, people that you know, and sometimes, hey, maybe people in the office can help you out a little bit with that. That's again an advantage that some of us just don't have, but it is still yet an advantage still, nonetheless. But yeah, man, again, you see all these different entities coming together. I it's like I really just want to see where it's going to happen, and I know I'm still kind of thinking about it from my standpoint, but it's going to be interesting. It really is going to be interesting.
I mean,
And
definitely, bro.
and it's just like if you're a smaller entity, like for
Hmm.
example, like FanDuel, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's going to be tough for that too. And just not to lose in the sauce or whatever. Like I said to your question, yes, because you already have had the Super Bowl. I just said it being on Tubi. Come on now,
you
so
did, you
yeah,
did, you did, you did. Yeah.
it's definitely going to be put, on different platforms and streamlines. My thing is, I hope that the Super Bowl doesn't become a PLE to where you have to pay for it. What's going on, Miss Tiff
What's
Moran?
going on, Tiff? How you doing? How are you doing? Robert also says funny TKO and WWE was in the White House and then the deal with ESPN. You
That's
brought up FanDuel, but let's talk about how entities like FanDuel and or Prize Picks might be impacted by this as well. Or will they be impacted? Does anything change for them? Give me your thoughts on that.
I mean, I don't think anything necessarily changes for them. If anything, I'll be trying to see how I can like just get in to maybe be like the sponsor for this or the sponsor for that,
Mm-hmm.
type thing, so I can get in on the money somewhere. But I don't think it would like it's an affect them because it's not like they're going to be taking away sporting events or anything like that that you can
Mm-hmm.
bet on. So they won't be impacted as far as that goes.
Mm. Okay. Tiff says, I'm good, fam. Hope you're good. Yeah, Tiff. We miss you. So good to see you on this podcast, Tiff. I wonder what
Mm.
happened to guys like Rich Eisen, right? Who've been on Good Morning Football for years.
Well, he
Uh
went back to ESPN
did he now?
before the merger.
I did not know. So he had to know it was coming. He
I'm
he
saying,
he
bro,
he
like
he
it's crazy because
yeah.
Schrager, remember Peter Schrager, he was on Good Morning
Yeah.
Football.
Yeah.
He's on ESPN before the merger too. So it's like
Yeah.
again, I say you kind of you look at the breadcrumbs now, and you look up and you see where the loaf is because it's just like okay, this is the loaf right here today.
Mm-hmm.
But the breadcrumbs has been there, so you seeing people going to ESPN. You got Stephen A. Smith over there too. So we'll see what happens with him and where he goes, and if they're going to try to put him on more NFL programming or they're going to keep him where he is because he makes a lot of money. So we're going to see what happens with
What
him too.
what about who's the other guy over there that started his own I forget his name. Pat
Pat McAfee.
yeah, what about him? You I mean I'm looking at, and Jordan says I call the merger Jordan says wouldn't be shocked if nothing happens to NFL except floating employees between the two sides. That's a
Mhm.
possibility.
Yeah, man.
Tiff says I'll be back soon. I miss y'all too. Jordan says I called the merger back in May when Eisen went to ESPN. There was too many moving pieces. Yeah, Eisen went. I didn't know he went. I knew Schrags went. Okay,
Yep.
but
I
that's interesting.
because that's what made my ears perk up when I had heard Eisen going back. I said Eisen went back. I
Yeah,
said, huh.
yeah. So
Yeah. So, but yeah, man,
I
that's
wonder.
what happened.
It's funny how things come full circle, right? So is Berman still doing the Sunday show with ESPN or whatever? The one I grew
Oh,
up
don't start.
on. Uh, maybe we'll have Eisen doing that, right? I don't know if Chris Berman is still doing it, but
I don't
wow, man, that's I didn't think about that. I gotta believe you're not gonna need all of those folks, right? So and to be
Possibly.
honest, maybe that was why ESPN laid off all those folks ahead of time, right? I don't know. I don't know, but
Yeah,
it's
because I think Berman didn't they have no, never mind. No, they took him off of that. I remember they had one point in time they had him on NFL prime time.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because
Yeah,
he and Tom Jackson for many years did that. Did that show, which was one of my favorites. So I hadn't watched Berman in a while. I don't even know if he's still on that show. Jordan, if you're aware, let us know. But I'm wondering. I wonder if Eisen would want to do that. Well, he's already got the morning show, right? So
well, I mean, I know he got his own thing, but still, I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on with that. I haven't checked that show out in a minute, but I just
yeah,
know, I think what happened is he went back to ESPN, and ESPN picked up his show as well too. Correct
okay,
me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows that,
okay,
but I
okay.
believe they picked up the Rich Eisen show as well. So I mean, which is a power move for him, because he started there, went off, created his own thing. Now he's back,
Mm-hmm.
and if they picked up his show as well too, that's a win too.
Well, not only that, but he's still probably going to do the show on Sunday. I mean
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
so
Not to mention, Rich Eisen already is deep in the game anyway, because every combine season where he's sitting. So
okay.
that's another thing. So he's still in bed regardless. He got ESPN, but he's still going to be on the NFL Network programming too.
Hey man, make that
And
money.
again, like you said, they don't laid people off already. So
Yeah,
again,
maybe that was why.
you're gonna have people.
May
I think you're gonna have people doing double duty. If you're gonna do that and combine rosters and stuff like that, just put the right people in the right places. So I don't
oh
think you
no, agreed, agreed,
overcomplicate things.
agreed. Like somebody joked that Perkins would be doing an NFL show. We don't want to see that. And no disrespect to Perkins, great. I love Kendrick Perkins, but let's keep him in the NBA, right? Let's just keep him in the NBA. Jordan says you could be on to something with people being laid off. Berman does that NFL show on ESPN Plus and half of Monday Night Football, but that's it. Okay, that makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
So that's what and
Yeah, man. Go
people
ahead.
was upset. Yeah, because people was upset at the home run derby that he wasn't out there doing the back, 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 back,
Back,
back.
back, 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 back. Gone. Back,
Yeah,
back, 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 back. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
he
So,
wasn't. Well, I mean, I guess he's a little older now. You know what I mean?
well, he's
I don't know.
70. He's 70 now.
Yeah, he's just a little older. I mean, at a certain point, man. Like I get it.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
sure.
wow. I never like, bro. This spells monopoly. I just don't understand how this is even legal. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great. We're having a show about it. It's great. Carlos says with Booger. Ah,
Old Booger McFarlane. That was always the funny name to me, boy.
with Booger.
Old
Oh
Booger.
man, that's hey man. It's gonna be interesting, Chris. It is really going to be interesting. Let me ask you this: do you think the NFL loses some control of its image now that it's being broadcast on ESPN, or do you think the Shield is a Shield and it's not going to matter? Give me your thoughts on that.
Shield is the Shield. They've built they've built an entity that will last forever. The football isn't going anywhere. That Shield will live on forever, man. So NFL doesn't have anything to work with. Again, NFL was its own entity. NFL could take their talents just about anywhere and make any network a powerhouse. It's just what's invested for them. And the best move is to do what they already been doing. They already in bed with ESPN. We might as well go ahead and go a little further, and we get 10% of the stakes. So,
Which is like $2 billion, right? That is nothing to sneeze at, sir.
well, it's just
That
like,
is some
bro,
coin.
we still getting some coins, like you said. We getting some greenbacks.
Hey
So,
man,
hey
as
man, like I said, that's why you monopolize. That's why I said everybody eats. Everybody's gonna eat. Everybody that's in this, as far as like at the top of this, is gonna really benefit the most off of it.
As the young folks say, they are getting that paper, man. Like that is I mean,
They say the munyan. Yeah, they getting
the
that.
Munyan. Jordan says Berman is basically retired. He just does those small shows to keep in the ESPN. Hey man, I'm not mad at it. Like you say, he's 70 years old. He did, the man has definitely earned it. I'm not mad at it.
I wonder how many more years he would have to go until he is able to just like retire and get that pension.
I'm sure he could retire now. I'm sure he could retire now. It's just, you do it because you love it and it's good money. You know what I mean? Think about it. Like, bro, we're sitting down talking about this. We're podcasters. Imagine if we got paid to do this for millions of dollars. Like, hell yeah, I'd do it till I died. I'd be like, whatever, Kim.
Yeah, of course.
I'd be 80 years old talking about it.
Honestly the goal anyway, but that's the goal anyway. So,
hey, from your mouth to God's ears, right? From your mouth to God's ears. But dude, so let's talk about some things we may see. Like, do you think we could see, like, I don't know, a reality show with, I mean, outside of the reality shows, what's that, where they're in the locker room or whatever, the one that they do at the beginning.
Like, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, like
the one where they do this. The one where they do the shows on the teams that at the draft, and then they do one mid-season or whatever. But I wonder if we'll see some more reality shows. You said what?
Something like Hard Knocks?
Yeah. Like, but I wonder. Yeah. Thanks, Jordan. Thanks, Chris. I wonder if we'll see more reality shows like that, right? Like, I mean,
you could expand it if you wanted to. I mean, you definitely have the networks for it. So you could expand it if you want to. I'm wondering. Well, I know Peyton Manning. He's on Netflix with that quarterback show. Yep. So I was about to say, I wondered if there was going to be more shows like that.
Randy Moss has a show on there for the receivers as well.
Yeah. So it's just like, okay, so, I wonder if they're going to like keep shows like that on Netflix. Would they try to transition those to the NFL Network more, so to speak, off of Netflix? Like, it's going to be interesting on what they do. I want to know what new original shows, like really original shows, could they come up with. That's what I'd be wondering about. Like, are you going to talk about, like, with NFL films? Like, for example, are we going to get more frequent 30 for 30s? Are we going to get, like, what are we going to get?
I love 30 for 30s, man. But I gotta admit, man, I love the old on the frozen tundra in Green Bay. It's the Oakland Raiders versus the Green Bay Packers, and that music in the background, bro. Like I'm old, right? I'm old, so like bro,
and that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're gonna cater to that, though. I think they're
no. I get that. I get that. I'm just saying. It'd be good to see that every once in a while, because that was my childhood. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. The Monday Night Football song was my jam growing up. Okay. Right. It's not like that stuff they got now. Monday Night Football was dun dun dun, and Frank Gifford would come on. We're live as the Atlanta Falcons take on the Los Angeles Rams, and the music would be playing in the background. And it would crescendo as they would like talk about the matchups. And man, I got goosebumps now just thinking about it. That was my favorite part of Monday Night Football, was to hear Frank Gifford. And Frank Gifford was on there for a while. He used to be married to Kathy Lee Gifford. And I think Frank was with Howard Cosell. And who else with Frank? Oh my God. I can see his face. Can't think of his name.
Yeah, remember the whole thing, but I was like, well, I don't remember none of them folks.
That was a little bit before your time. But let me tell you something. You would hear live. It's Monday night. Dun 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 dun. And the song, right? Dun 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 dun. And when the piano keys started to come in, and they would be like, you would hear him talk about the matchup, and his voice would become more impassioned, and well, basically more, and more impassioned, and just more intentional as the music would build up and it would get to this crescendo, the 11-5 Falcons, the 12-4 49ers go at it tonight on Monday night. And then, dude, when the helmets clash, oh
Yeah.
my God, bro, that was, let me tell you something. That was great. That's everything right about Monday Night Football. So, not that will ever come back again, but I just remember a lot of that stuff. I actually go back and watch some of those old Monday Night Football broadcasts just for that.
Just how they come on.
Just for the introduction to
I'm
it,
not
man.
gonna lie. Sometimes I do that, go
Yeah.
back and just, reminisce a little bit. Because, some of this stuff that we're talking about we'll never see again. So
No, we won't.
Yeah.
No, we won't. But like you say, maybe they'll come out with more creative content. I mean, I think hopefully that's what you get, right? Hopefully now that you have a real network running this for the NFL, you will get, and not that you didn't get real programming before. Look, I like the NFL Network. I love me some Good Morning Football. I like a lot of their programming. So
now that'll be on ESPN.
It will, but hopefully what you get is that ESPN can take it further, right? And maximize it and maximize the content and maximize the programming and give us an improved NFL Network content. That would be the goal.
And again, I would love to see what the programming is going to be, because if you're adding Good Morning Football, first of all, you're adding NFL programming, period.
Right.
So what's going to go? Because I mean, you still got First Take, you still got the Pardon the Interruptions.
No, I thought Pardon the Interruption. I thought Pardon the Interruption was gone.
Did I say what's the other? No, not Pardon the Interruption. The other one where they have the panel.
Yeah, that's gone. But I thought Pardon the Interruption was gone. I thought that was off the air. Maybe I'm wrong. What was the other one?
I know. I remember I had heard something about possible retirement with Pardon the Interruption. But
I thought that was gone, but I could be wrong.
The one where they had the panel of people up there.
I know you're talking about with I can't think
one host, and then they have like the 4 people on there.
The 4 panelists
around the horn. Is that
around the horn? That's it. That's a good job. Good job. Because you were gonna get no help from that. You know how my memory is. I had no idea. You could have been like the dancing tortillas, and I'd have been like, "Yep, that's it right there." Like, yeah. So good job, man.
Will you the dancing tortillas, though?
Bro, I'm telling you, man. My wife has to text me when I go out to the store for it. We got an understanding. If you don't text me, it didn't happen. Okay. If you give me 10 items, I'm gonna remember 3, and after that, So if you want me to pick them up, you better text me. Just saying.
We got. Hey, man.
You will be 50 one day, sir. Okay, you will be 50 one day. We will have this. If I have not shuffled off this mortal coil, we will have this conversation, sir. Because I'm telling you, memory's the first to go, buddy. Just saying. Well, hey,
it's crazy because it's crazy because like, man, you try to remember so much, and that's why like you'll see everyone anybody who's successful, they always tell you gotta have a schedule. You gotta write stuff down.
Oh yeah, you definitely gotta write stuff down. No doubt about it.
Crazy. And I mean, I write. This crazy thing about it is, as far as like me, it's like when I'm researching and when I got notes and stuff like that, that's when I'm writing stuff down. But as far as like day to day stuff, I don't normally write that down. But I'm trying to get better at it though, because I do like to be organized and have the organization and everything like that. And I want to be as organized as ESPN and Disney and NFL Network and WWE are with all these mergers. I want to be, organized just like that. So
I want to be as rich as they are, which will not happen. But I'm just saying, golly, man,
there is life, there is hope, sir.
So you're saying there's a chance, Chris? Oh man. Well, hey, bud.
It's all on you. We're working on it right now, man.
We are working on it. And bro, speaking of that, I definitely appreciate you joining me. This was fun. To everyone in the chat who joined us, we thank you. Definitely appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. This was fun discussing it. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us tonight. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Chris, tell these folks where they can find you, man. Tell them all the places you hang. You got so much going on. Tell these folks where they can find you.
I ain't got enough going on. Trust me, I need more. But hey, man, A1 Forever Sports, that's always the platform on YouTube where we be generational because it's always time to be. And we don't settle for less because we always can have more with the vision. Please come over, like, comment, and subscribe. Always, trying to get more in tune to more daily content. But you know how, bills still have to be paid. So got to go out
Amen.
and work sometimes. But I tell you one thing about it, though, man, I can't wait. I'm trying to see about getting the training camp for next week for the joint practices and everything. I want to see at least one of those days. So I'm trying to get out there for some content for that. Also, got some big things coming up. Got 2 big interviews coming up tomorrow. Me and Smitty, we're going to be interviewing Bob Rathburn, Hawks play-by-play announcer, getting
Love
his
it.
thoughts about, the Atlanta Hawks and how does he feel about the Atlanta Hawks right now. And so we're going to get definitely his thoughts, ask him a few questions, pick his brain. Then on the same day, just 2 hours later, we're going to be talking with former Falcon and 92.9 The Game's own Mike Johnson.
Love it.
So going to be a busy Thursday, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with me and Smitty. And this isn't necessarily going to be pop-up style. I know we do a lot of pop-up shows, but this was going to be more organized. So make sure 1 o'clock for Bob Rathburn, 3 p.m. for Mike Johnson. I said a huge day tomorrow, so looking forward to it.
Love it, man. I definitely will try and tune in. And I know you're going to do a great job, Chris. I've seen your interviews before. You are the consummate professional, and I'm just excited for you, young brother. There's so much for you that's out there, man. So I'm excited for you. Again, I want to thank you.
Also, my bad. Didn't even say catch me on the Hawks Digest.
There you go, right?
Me and Walter Pollard, we over there.
There you go. Yeah.
That channel running, and so we thank you to everyone who's already subscribed to Hawks Digest. But we talk any and everything Atlanta Hawks over there. Just got over 2,600 subs, so I'm working our way to 3,000. So hopefully we can get to 3K before the season starts. I mean, it's August, so we still got time. So we'll see what happens with that as well. And of course, Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, the real A1 Forever on TikTok. And man, hey, we never know where you're gonna catch me, man. See y'all, for those who are going to be there week 1, I will be there week 1 as well. But I'll be Fox Sports Tip that day.
You'll be Fox Sports Tip. Hey man, we can still holler at you if we see you, right, Chris? So it's all good. We can still show love. Again, want to thank God, hey man, for just bringing all you guys in my life. Chris Tipmore, Jordan Burden, Debo Vibes, Jack Spade, obviously Eric Parker, he's my brother, Miss Carrie, Big Low Country, Uncle Steve, Smitty, Berto, a host of others. But again, thank God for waking me up this morning. To Eric Parker and Jack Spade, 2 gentlemen I respect very much and will forever love because they gave me my opportunity in this business. Thank you. You guys have an amazing day. We will be back tomorrow. Again, if you get a chance, please like, share, and subscribe to For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube so that we can continue to bring you content just like this. It just helps us in the algorithm. So, hey, man, hook a brother up. Help us out. And again, we will see you guys tomorrow. I have 2 shows myself. They will not be at 1 and 3 o'clock. So obviously, Chris, not going to compete with you. There's no competition. But What the Falcon, Home of the Brave will be on at 6:30. And of course, Throwback Thursdays with myself and Debo Vibes will be at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. You guys have an amazing night. And hey, man, go football. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
Late night vibes, we're turning up the heat. T-Will on the mic, can't accept defeat. My ATL sports show, he's running the game. Atlanta Falcons fly high, you know the name. In the heart of the A, where the pride runs deep. From the Braves to the Falcons, he's keeping it real, no sleep. He's got the scoop, every player, every play. Bringing the thunder every single day. T-Will, shining bright. On the airwaves, bringing sports tonight. Atlanta heart with the soul so free. My ATL sports show, it's the place to be. T-Will, taking flight. Falcons and Braves, yeah, we're feeling right. So So bring that energy, let the city resonate. With T-Will on the mic, we're gonna celebrate.